It is day 2 of FAP, filming anything possible, every single day for the entire month of November. I'm starting off strong. Trust me, if this was a little bit different, I wouldn't have even made it to day 2 if you catch my drift. Anyway, this video isn't anything spectacular, that's my whole point. But it is pretty intriguing to me. McDonald's here in Korea just released extra large fries. And you might be thinking, that's not really a big deal. But let me tell you what, you'd be 100% correct. That being said, it is pretty rare. I did a little quick research session. I asked ChatGPT, and they said, hey, it's rare. I can't find any markets that really sell it, maybe one or two, but it's a real rarity. And I've been traveling around the world, and I haven't really seen it anywhere. The last time I've actually seen anything like it is back in the days when you could power up and go SS. And I'm not talking about Super Saiyan, I'm talking about Super Size. Shout out to Morgan Spurlock. But in this bag, we have a small, a medium, a large, and the extra large. I kind of wanted to compare and contrast here. This cost me 11 bucks. And I also found this little bad boy. This is a mini Heinz ketchup glass bottle. This was like $1. Just found it randomly. And I feel like this would be the perfect dipping container if you're feeling a little bit like bougie. Let's see what we got. This is the type of thing that you would expect to see at like a fancy schmancy burger spot in New York City or something. So we have just a full bag of French fries. This, I'm guessing, is the large. I've seen this one before. This one must be the extra large. Wow. Hopefully it stands up. Yes, there we go. We also have the medium. And last but not least, the small. So you know what? I should have gotten way more of these, but it is what it is. And only one stray fry in the bottom of the bag. That's pretty impressive. I can't lie, I'm gonna eat it right now. So, I figure everything is going to taste the same, but we might as well start with that. Let me try a small fry. First off, are they crispy? That's the number one question you always got to ask when you're eating fries. And they are actually pretty hot and fresh and crispy. Okay, tasting pretty similar here. Yep, And finally, I've had all these before. Oh. The extra large fry tastes the exact same. And that's supposed to be, well, was that supposed to even be funny? Because it's not. I'm not a funny guy. Anyway, they all taste the same. They came out the same fryer, just packaged in different boxes. And speaking of packaging, this is a very flimsy box. It is, it's hard to tell the size on screen, but it's kind of suffering from some structural integrity there. Lost a fry there, but what I'm actually curious about, to be honest with you, is what the difference is between the large and the extra large. We all know that the medium and the small, it's going to be smaller. I don't have a proper scale, and if I did, this would be a much better video, but, it is what it is. What I might do is just pour them out, and we can do the eyeball test here. Trust me, I cleaned the table thoroughly before these arrived. Don't worry about it. So here is the small, medium, large, and then hopefully this can all fit, the extra large. I think they call this family size, aka also extra large here in Korea. And let me tell you what, wow, there is a noticeable difference between all of these, for sure. Let me actually turn on my other camera just to show you, because it might be a little bit hard to see from this angle. All right, here's a small, pretty weenie hut junior. I could probably eat that whole thing in like 2 bites. Here's the medium, substantial medium. I can't even lie about it. That's looking pretty decent. And then the large, not too dissimilar from the medium, but there are, a few more. If I had to guess, maybe at least like 10. And then here is the extra large. And, from this angle, It's kind of hard to see, but hopefully this angle is a little bit better. I look like a complete fool right now. Yeah, it's definitely more. I'm not gonna count each one by hand because I just got time for that. And you know what? I don't even know how many of these I'm gonna eat. But we're just gonna be eating some French fries in this video. That's what it is. So real hot and crispy. You never know what you're gonna get. Luckily, there is a McDonald's quite close to my stew. And so a lot of times you can get really fresh fries. These are salty as salty as hell, all right? That's one of the things that really varies, how much salt they be shaking. Today's batch, they were not holding back, but that's a small fry. It's completely smashed it. Let's try the ketchup now, because I've been just holding it like a fool. See if this actually works. Yeah, that's not bad. That's not bad at all. You can really get a good solid dip if you're someone who likes, you know, like half of the fry coated. It's kind of like the perfect vessel. I actually wonder, I've never heard of this little mini Heinz bottle. I wonder if they made it specifically for something like this, an application like this, or else what else are you using it for? I guess. I mean, yeah, I don't know. Could be a nice little stocking stuffer or something. I guess the only problem, which it's hard to get more than like 3 in there at once. But so if you're someone who just likes to eat a bunch of fries at once, kind of like me, it's not the best. Perfect for someone who likes to eat one at a time. Absolutely perfect. Until you get these little nubs that, yeah. So you'd have to, with this specific product, by the way, still unsullied since 1989, and you know by what? Sponsorship. But yeah, no, I forgot what I was gonna say. Something about this bottle. Oh yeah, you have to be real tactical if you're gonna get this. Because what are you doing with this? What are you doing with this guy once you get, you know, halfway down? Or even, you know, even a full bottle. I don't know if you could really get a dip on that, just a tip. If that. Yeah. I hope the crispiness is picking up. Now, I do wonder why they don't, other places just don't have XL French fries at McDonald's. If you're from a country or a location that does have them, let me know because, like I said, I couldn't find anything. I assume it's because they didn't want to, you know, waste their time to make this bigger box. I feel like if they were really about it, they would do some kind of like one-off, like month-long deal, kind of like a Five Guys, and just give you like a XXX large and just put it in this bag. Like none of these boxes, just throw a bunch and scoop it. Just scoop it in, maybe like 3, 4, or 5 scoops. I don't know. But medium, small and medium down. Let's get into the large. This is kind of a rarity. Usually when I'm filming, I don't really waste time with eating with fries with ketchup. I do know some people who eat fries with their ketchup instead of the other way around. You know what I mean? Like, I'm talking, bro, I saw this one dude who no longer lives in Korea, but we had McDonald's together several times. And every single time, it blew my mind, all right, how much ketchup he would use. I'm talking, no joke, half a bottle. One McDonald's sesh. When we ordered it to eat at home for delivery, every single time, I brought it up every single time too. I was like, damn, just be loving that ketchup, huh? People get real crazy about ketchup too. I remember the same guy, same character. I think we went on some kind of little trip together, and we were in the countryside. We could only find like reduced sugar Heinz ketchup, and he threw a fit. Never seen anything like it. I can eat fries without ketchup. Here's the real question: fries with mayo, or fries with mayo and ketchup? Yes, to both. I like the mix. I like when they give you like ketchup and mayo, and then you can kind of get one like in the same little container, but on different sides. So you can get either straight up ketchup, straight up mayo, or get the little mix in between. Like that every time. I do enjoy that. But at the end of the day, yeah, I don't know. I think those are the best two dipping sauces for condiments, I guess, for fries. Anything else? They work. Like, anything really works for fries. That's the thing about fries, man. Barbecue sauce. Any sauce that's like not bad sauce, it does work. But sometimes I'm just like, I don't know, maybe I'm weird like that. I just like fries, and I can just eat them without ketchup. And not because I can't be bothered to set it up when I'm filming. Literally, when I order McDonald's at home, a lot of times I won't use ketchup either. I might be the weird one. What's weirder, using a whole bottle or half a bottle, like regular size, not the family size, but just the average size Heinz bottle, half of that for one order of large fries, or using no ketchup at all? And this thing, here's what this is really for. I've noticed. It's for like frites, maybe, you know what I mean? Like, what I'm talking about is like steak fries or something. Like, none of these are working. They're for like, when you get not 100 fries that can range in size, but when you get, 15 to 20 really solid, hand cut, very uniform fries that are pretty thick and pretty long. Gosh, and then you can get a good dip on every single one, if you feel what I'm saying. And that's pretty much all I gotta say. Look, I'm just eating McDonald's fries, but honestly, my plan was since I did film a I don't know, kind of a big video yesterday. I didn't want to eat too much today. I was gonna just get one of these and just make it a mini vid. Since I'm filming every day, or uploading every day, whatever. That's the plan. I was just gonna get like one. But the thing is, there's a minimum order amount here, usually. So I had to get more than just that. And I was thinking about just maybe getting large or extra large and comparing those, but still wasn't enough, so I'm like, F it. But let me talk about something that you might have been wondering about. What's up with this jersey? Like, why would I be wearing this? And also, is it fake? Because it does look a little bit sketch. It's limited edition, alright? You had to be at the UC March. I can't remember the date. March 24th of 2023, I believe. Something like that, man. It was the White Sox night at the Bulls game. I was there handing these out. So it is a number 8, flight 8, Zach Levine. White Sox collaboration jersey. It's not the best of quality, but it's still a fire design for free. Hey, I'll take it every single day. I was standing in line for, I wanted it badly, so I was standing in line for a hot minute. But the Bulls, 5-0. I was going to say something yesterday, or I've been waiting to boast. And I know a lot of you guys are going to check out. You don't care about NBA, you don't care about basketball, you don't care about the Bulls specifically, but come on, 5-0, one of like the few teams left, like 2 or 3 teams. I don't have high hopes that they're gonna go 6-0. That's why I gotta say it now or never. Playing the Knicks again tomorrow, 2 games in a row. Not back to back. There was a day in between. At MSG will be tomorrow's game. Actually, by the time this uploads, it'll be like right before that game. So I had to do this while they're still 5-0 undefeated. Let's go. Let's go, Bulls! And that's all I got about all I got to say. Look, I don't. This is a lot of salt. This is a lot of grease. I'm feeling real greasy, real salty. Like I'm just freaking parched, and I'm kind of tired of eating fries. I can't even lie. I am gonna save these, but we got a good glimpse of what the X-large McDonald's fries looks like. So it might bring you back to the old Super Size Me days, or you know, maybe ChatGPT was dead wrong, and this is just all over the place. But I've never seen it, so I still think it's cool, pretty cool. Excuse me, let me know what you think. Anyway, I'm skating out here. Thanks for watching. I'll catch you in tomorrow's video. Peace.